Alright guys, welcome back. I got some lighting issues here. That's some really bad lighting issues. So hopefully the waving on the screen is not bothering you guys, because it looks pretty bad on my end. Hopefully everybody is reading me loud and clear, because I'm still trying to figure out if we're even live yet. So give me a few seconds while I get everything else set up here. I don't have my other phone, so I gotta kind of follow right here. Christopher Hill, good to see you, buddy. All right, that means everything's good. Joker's wild, awesome. 5x5 bitter. All right, guys. So right fast, I want to go over a couple of things. It's just the stuff I see. I speak to a lot of people about prep, and not just here on YouTube. All right, family members, things like that. People that are not really on board, there's always an excuse and things like that. Now, let's start off with this right here. This is my copy. So, I had a family member thumb through that and did not want to read that. And I see it a lot here on YouTube. When I asked about why don't you want to, why are you freaking out about the book? It's fear-mongering. This is a classic. That's just it. Very prophetic, if you ask me, about what's going on. Let's Zep Girl, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? We see how government wants to control every aspect, you know, ministry of truth and all that good stuff, right? So when I try to talk about this story and the relationship it has in today's society, I see people not glaze over, but actually get mad because they'd rather have their head buried in the sand. My explanation of this: it doesn't matter if you don't want to believe it or refuse to believe it. It's happening. It doesn't matter if you want to see it or not. It's happening. So you can bury your head in the sand all you want to. It's still going to happen. You can ignore it and say, oh no, it will never happen. No, they're in denial. Joker's wild. Perfect, yes. They're in denial. Question, what's a good fuel stabilizer? The one I picked up was at the auto parts store. That's what I use. I think it might be an STP product, to be honest. I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. I think it's an STP fuel stabilizer is what I use for ours. But, I don't know if there's any major difference in any of them. To be honest, they're pretty much the same chemical makeup and everything, so your choice on that one. So right fast, guys, I want to do a special shout out to one of our mods here, Led Zep Girl. I got to meet up with her and her husband today, right here, Panama City, and Panama City Beach. And special shout out, they are fixing to celebrate their 49th wedding anniversary. So congratulations. That's a long haul, and hopefully many more great happy times for you guys. So congratulations on that. That is awesome. I did say I would mention that tonight, and my next live stream. So yes, 49 years. That's freaking awesome. So as you guys know, we're working on reaching out more with our community and stuff like that, guys. And we got a lot of new plans coming up with that. So, Ghetto, good to see you, brother. How you doing? And I did see Van City Prepper here. Good to see you. Jeff, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, Jeff. Milkmaid, how you doing? And Prepping by Faith, how's it going? All right, guys. So, let me get back into this other thing. I just recently put up a community post earlier today. I was at the coin and bullion shop, and I picked up one of those little gram size Valcambi bars with like 100 grams in it. And I was going to talk about that, and we will be talking about that tonight, actually, because I see it a lot. Every time I ever show precious metals as a prep, I always see this. All right. You cannot eat gold and silver. Well, I just recently put up a brand new community post, and I would encourage everybody to click on that because it's a actual documentary there in Venezuela where one of the residents there was selling all her jewelry to buy food. Yeah. But, you know, thankfully we have an army of people here on the internet that says that nobody will accept gold and silver for food. SHTF comes in many, many forms, and hyperinflation is one. Guess what, guys? Venezuela is still a country. Venezuela is still an operation. There are people still living there. And they're using precious metals and jewelry, things that have value because their dollar isn't worth squat. And that's how they're bartering and paying. Our tent life. Brother, you know it. All right, you know. So there's not one particular, it's just the whole spectrum of things I see. Now, when it comes to gold and silver, I always say make sure you have food, you have water purification, you have ways of storing water, medication, hygiene. Make sure you have your preps in order before you get into gold and silver. That's my opinion. I stand behind that opinion. I think you need to, all right, before you ever get into this stuff, guys. Now, what I wanted to discuss is the fractional bar we just picked up. So, give me a second. And I said, I'll explain why, all right? Why I picked this up. Because the premium was not cheap as far as the total weight of this. This is 100 grams. Each one of these is individual break apart grams, okay? Now, currently, this spot price, this is 1 ounce round. It's like $19 and change by spot. At my local dealer, I can get it for about 24 bucks. Online, if I'm paying by debit or PayPal, I'm paying $25 and change. Okay? So it's cheaper for me to go to my local coin dealer. The reason why I went with something like this, and you guys know we've been stacking these right here, these 10 ounce bars. We've been stacking the 5 ounce bars. We treat it just like we do regular currency. Multiple ways of denominations, 1, 5, 10s, 20s, 50s. We want to have options. So when I decided to pick this up, I picked it up because each one of these I can break off for a transaction. It's 1 gram. There's a little over 3 ounces, troy ounces in this. In other words, there's a little over 3 of these in this whole thing. Trying to break off a fraction of this, good luck. I'd rather just break off a piece of this for a transaction. Depends on what the currency rate is in the area or what I got to deal with. Now, the 10 ounces is a lot to pay for bread. Fractional is best, joker's wild. I completely agree with you. Just 10 ounces of silver, if I can purchase by breaking off a couple of these, I would rather trade a couple of these than one of these. I would. Now, I've had people comment, and I'm open to comments, so I hope I can explain things. 1 ounce, 28 grams. No, 1 ounce is, a troy ounce is 32 grams. The troy ounce. We're not talking about the normal ounce. When you're dealing with silver and gold, it's 32 point something. I can't think of it on the top of my head. It's not the same. Troy ounce is different than regular ounce. And to catch the comment, a question we had last live stream, somebody was asking about the 9999 on this. That's the purity of the silver. If it says 10 ounce, it's 10 ounce. If it says 1 ounce, it's 1 ounce, but it's 0.99999 fine silver. So it's 1 ounce round or whatever. 31.1. All right, so yeah, 31.1. You're actually right on that. You're right on that. Devil's lettuce, 28 grams. Yeah, different thing there. I'm not good with numbers. That's why I have to write things down. So having small amounts to me is worth it. Now, what I pay for this, $145. Like I said, there's only a little over 3 ounces in this. Yeah, you're paying for the fractional, and you're paying for the easy delivery and payments, breaking up a small piece instead of trying to break one of these down. Okay, now online, if I was paying with debit, I would have paid $152 plus shipping and also taxes. I walked out the door $145 on this. So to me, it's worth it. Joker's Wild, yeah. I don't care what the price of silver goes up. When I have the extra funds that we put back extra funds all the time. That's going in that because we're at the point with our prep stage, we can. To me, it's not a loss either way. If it goes up, it goes down, doesn't matter to me. I don't look at it as an investment at all. I have no plans of getting rich stacking stuff like this. I have no plans of investing in this and saying, okay, this thing's going to jump up to $300 or $1,000 an ounce. I have no dreams of that ever happening. This is a prep I use for purchasing power and transferring what wealth we have during an economic collapse, especially during hyperinflation. That's what I look at it as. All right. So S. Garcia, definitely do appreciate the super chat, my friend. You never have to do that at all. I do appreciate it though. So we stay busy. All right, we stay really busy, guys, and we're trying to get this thing set up with our community meet and greet. It's going to be the first part of November. I don't have the date deadline yet. Give me a couple weeks and we'll have all that worked out together. And it's going to be on the weekend. I do know it's going to be a weekend event. We just go in and we'll have a cookout and stuff and kind of get to meet everybody. So we're going to be working on that. So I wanted to discuss that, and please make sure you go to my very last community post. I found a very good documentary for you guys where they're interviewing a lady in Venezuela. This is a 4-year-old video. This is when hyperinflation really just stomped the crap out of Venezuela. And she's going through her fridge. There's a chunk of meat and some empty bags and an ice tray, I think it was, or maybe it was butter. That's it. She's talking about how she's having to sell off her jewelry for food. So for the ones that say you cannot buy food with silver and gold, you personally might not be wanting to accept it. Okay? But what I'm saying is SHTF is not one set rule. When they had hyperinflation, their dollar was worthless. Precious metals was able to buy everything. All right? Their country is still there. Their people are still there. Commerce is still there. They just had hyperinflation where the dollar wasn't worth crap. So, this is why we do this. This is why I encourage you, when you get your preps in place, to do this. All right? Start putting some back. But don't look at it as an investment that you're going to be rich. Don't do that. One, I'm not an investment specialist at all. I look at it as another prep segment of prepping. That's it. Led Zepp Girl, definitely do appreciate it, my friend. Y'all did not have to do that at all. I really did enjoy our lunch today. We got to go out. We went out to Pier Park, guys. I met them. I met her and her husband out there. We went up to Nathan's Hot Dogs. It's, in my opinion, one of the best hot dog places around. I mean, I broke my diet. I did. I had fries with cheese and bacon. And my hot dog was a hot dog with cheese and bacon. Yeah, main thing, bacon. So yeah, we had a good time. We got to walk around a little bit, just shooting the breeze with people. I had a lot of fun. Whoever has a flock of chickens is going to have plenty of eggs. Dawson, yeah, we have chickens here. Our big thing is feed. Our feed for our chickens that went up as well. Same with quail. Luckily, though, we can actually use the same feed on both the birds, both types of birds that we have. If you have the availability to raise livestock like that, poultry, definitely, I encourage you to do it. It's not hard, but I know some people can't. One, they might not have any time to because they're working 2 jobs, or they're working out of town a lot. I mean, you got to be home every day to take care of your chickens, unless you got someone else to do it. And then you also run into rules and regulation of where you live. Some places you cannot have them. Okay. If you have the availability, I encourage you to look into it and have stuff like that. You can grow your own feed for your chickens. Okay, it takes time, it takes practice, but yeah, you can do it. Texas Patriot, I've almost got 100 hens, 12 roosters. We're not even close to that. Not even close to that. We have the availability to expand at a moment's notice, so we got that going for us. But we do have chickens and stuff. CJ Blaze, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I know that you've been busy too. Prepping by faith, stupid HOA. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the big ones, guys. Housing associates, HOAs, they'll get you every time, and they will. Now, keep this in mind. Having supplies on hand to build your own pens and stuff is actually a good option too, because in a SHTF event, depends on what it is, there might not be an HOA. Having the supplies on hand to quickly build a chicken coop, something large enough to, what I would recommend right now, having those supplies on hand. You can buy those pre-made ones and just leave them stored up in the box right now. Find local farmers in your area. Talk to them about, hey, you guys, if I work out something with you now, something happens, I can buy some chickens and some roosters from you. Maybe something like that. I guarantee you, if you talk to a farmer, they're always open to the idea of people raising their own stuff. All right, so something, then again, you might be working out something with them that they might need stuff for bartering later on. Nice to have a farmer as a friend. It really is. Joker's Wild, I'm getting 2 chickens in 2 days. Awesome, my friend. Yeah, we had talked about that a little while ago, didn't we? I'm looking in chat here, guys. Give me a second. I found Waldo. Rooster wandered in my yard today. I may go see where he's roosting tonight. Egg layers and meat birds? Yeah. Let's see here. Scrolling through here. It's going to be a biggie livestock you can sustain without inputs. Yeah, I mean, like Milkmaid, guys, if you haven't been over her channel, she's living the actual life. All right, she's dealing with milking cows and everything. I mean, she's doing all the work. So, she's a good source of information, especially stuff like that, because she's actually doing it on a daily basis. I encourage you guys to actually follow up with people. Don't, it's one thing to watch videos to learn something, but when you actually have to get your hands on something, it's a game changer. It really is. So I definitely encourage everybody to. Thanks for reading my comment to the community. I try to catch all the comments. It's kind of hard for me to catch every single one when it's going through, but yeah, absolutely. Our tent life. I'm going to plant chickens when the lights go out. You ain't right, brother. You ain't right. You ain't wrong. All right, scrolling through here, worrying about feeding my birds. The price is getting bad. Yes, doubly. Yeah, we've seen the price increase here too. We got a lot of access to feed and stuff. We got a lot of feed stores here in our area, so we've been trying to stock up on that. I mean, just like our rabbits. Granted, our rabbits are my wife's pets. Okay, so that's not a food source. All right, just like you have a dog or a cat, it's her pet. So we stock up as much as we can. And we got a year of hay, pellets. I don't know how much. We got a little rabbit snacks. It's mostly made out of alfalfa hay is what it is. That stuff goes in Mylar bags, and the rest of it is saran wrap it. I found out that works out best. We get the big bales of hay for them, and they're funny. They will only eat a certain brand. It's freaking irritating for me trying to stock this stuff up, because when one store's out of it, they won't even touch the other stuff. But I found out if you shrink wrap it, as long as it's dry, it does fine. Unlike like big bales of hay, I've actually seen big bales of hay catch on fire, combustion, because the breakdown of stuff inside these things. So I don't recommend saran wrap big bales of hay, shrink wrap. I don't do that. But the little rabbit hay stuff, it comes in plastic anyway. We just do that just to add extra protection. All right, scrolling through here. Aussie Survival, good to see you, brother. Aussie Survival guy also got his own channel. He's down in Australia. I was talking about him, I believe, during our last live. He's been sending me some emails and stuff. Guys, there's a lot of stuff going on in every country. All right, we don't see much of it in our country here in America because, one, we don't get all the truth on the news to begin with. Two, these other countries are seeing it firsthand. All these movements, everything, how they're treating the citizens. I mean, they don't treat us very good here, but when I see what's going on in these other countries, it's right out in the open, blatant. You know, they do not care. So if you guys have not been over on his channel, definitely check him out. CJ Blaze, I'm getting prepped up. Best I can was watching your solar panel video the other day. Thank you for making my life a lot easier. I'm not sure which one that is, CJ Blaze. Hopefully it's like the installment or the ins and outs, you know, the pieces of all you need for solar. You know what, you can always email me if you have any questions. I have no problem walking you through on anything. Our solar grid is basically built on a budget, piece by piece, and you know, it can be done on a budget, guys. It's nice seeing those big panels in the backyard. That's a solar farm. We already talked about that thing. That's a solar farm. It's not even hooked up to the property here. That's just something that feeds power back to the power stations. Family member on the property, they get a set power bill. It's not even hooked up to the house. My solar grid, that's on the trailer, that provides us power year round. So we actually have been living with that for a little over 2 years now, and it still does very good. Do you have a headlamp? Yeah, I've got a lot of headlamps. Love them. Ark Living. Since I did see the wrench there, I'm guessing this is still Arkansas Living. Brother, if it is, good to see you, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while. I think it is. I did not know that you changed your channel name. Also, great source of information. Arkansas Living is a very good friend. Amazing guy to follow. All right, scrolling through here. And by the way, guys, I know Joker's Wild does have his own as much as like he should be, but I will say definitely go check his channel. He's actually a real cool guy. I like talking to him. I usually talk to him over on Instagram and stuff, but and I usually catch him in some of the other chats and channels and stuff that we actually go hang out together in the same ones. All right, scrolling through here. Have you did a video on Dakota Fire Pit? Yeah, we've done quite a few of those, 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, they are probably, I've got over 1,000 videos, so I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure that's going to be underneath Outdoor Survival Playlist. Odds are. And that's probably where I put it. But yeah, we got over 1,000 videos, my friend, so I don't remember exactly where I actually put them in as far as playlists go. Auntie, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? I'm waiting for my cricket burger for bluegill fishing. Yeah. All right, scrolling through here, guys. YJ Overlander, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? What freeze-dried brand food is the best survival living? Okay, so as you guys know, we're affiliated with several. All right, all the ones I've shown on our channel, I've tested. The ones that we got affiliated with is because I like them the most. Depends on what you're looking for. All right, we're affiliated with 4 Patriots. Good. We're affiliated with Legacy Foods. We're affiliated with Augason Farms. We're affiliated with nutrient survival. I have Mountain House, although Mountain House, the price and how much you get in a bag is my big issue on those. But I have them. I see here, I don't have any of the Peak and MREs. I mean, MREs are good, but you're paying out the wazoo for a case. I mean, I hate to break it to people. The price of that, ever since 2012, the prices of MREs went through the roof. They did. Although I got a whole case of MREs for a packet of toilet paper during the whole pandemic. So I'm a prepper. I got a lot of stuff, and I saw someone posted it. And I'm like, you know what? Absolutely. I got a thing of toilet paper. I'll trade you. So I scored on that one. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Jeff, finally got my 4 Patriots water filters, also a piece of gear. I agree with you on that. We've used ours many times. As far as like, we have well on property, but when that circuit board, we had it lightning strikes what it was, because I remember that night, the night prior, that we noticed that the well was acting weird. It hit so hard, it's so loud, I actually felt it. And the next day the well was not working correctly. It was bypassing the filter, and it was just pumping straight out well water without going through our filter system. There's a circuit in that system that's supposed to do that, and it was fried. All right, it was fried. So we had to wait a while to get that fixed. So we were using those, because we have 2 of them, and we're using one inside the house and one inside our trailer. Well, we set it up in our outdoor kitchen. Because we have a family member here, and we need to make sure they got clean drinkable water too. So yeah, we're running ours. One of the big things I noticed, the claim on the water filters, 5,700 gallons on one of those ceramic filters. Keep an eye on the website if you're going to buy extra ones, because they sell out quick. The replacement filters, they sell out quick. I'm still trying to catch at the right time just so I can get more. I've got 3 filters right now, but I want to have more. You have to keep an eye on the website though, because as soon as they pop them up, they're gone. So, but they do filter out 5,700 gallons is what the claim is on that. All right, scrolling through here, guys. TP for MREs, that's funny. Yeah. What's even funnier is that those MREs came with a little bit of pouches of toilet paper. I guess they didn't know that, but hey. But yeah, I keep a lot of toilet paper and paper towels on hand, guys. I do. All right, scrolling through here. Survival Living, I can't get on your website. Yes, right now we are still working on redoing the website. Everything going on with, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with small businesses. With all this stuff, with the IRS stuff, the 87,000 new agents and stuff. This inflation reduction bill is targeting small businesses. I'm a small business. And I'm redoing a lot of structure on the website itself. That's why the website, if you go to, it says 404, whatever it was, right there, because I've actually stopped it while we're redoing it. My insurances went up. Price of everything goes up. So I'm having to restructure everything on that. So the website right now is not up and running. It's still there. We still have the domain name, but we're redoing the whole website right now. All right, scrolling through here, guys. Do you have a solar condenser? Solar condenser. X24. I don't know what a solar condenser is. Not sure. Now, what I'm working on, and I have not perfected yet, is going to be, it's all made out of plexiglass. It's a 2-stage system. You put vegetation on one side, condensation builds up, runs off the other side into an actual chamber that holds all the fresh water. And then we're going to be running that through a water filtration. I don't know if that's what you mean on that, but I haven't got that perfected yet. My angles are always off, and the water's going in the wrong spot, so I'm still working on that one. As soon as I get it perfected, then I'm going to do a video on it. And those, well, it's not plexiglass, it's acrylic glass is what it is. It's like $28 for 6 sheets, but they're only like 24 by 24. And when you start cutting it, you're supposed to be able to score it and break it. Well, I scored it and I broke the whole thing. I'm like, that's just great. So yeah, I'm still working on that. What could be wrong with my solar panel system? The inverter light flashes green when it should be solid green in full sun. Thank you. Ivy Joe, that I don't have enough information on that. Is your inverter separate from everything? Is this a solar charge? Is this a solar generator? What is it? Sometimes if you got a flashing light, you have to reset. And also, if your inverter, a standalone inverter, is it grounded? Yeah, if it's not grounded, you might want to check that out too. Usually you get a red flash if it's not grounded, but I've also seen the green flash when it's not grounded. So I'm not really sure what your solar system is or what type of inverter, because sometimes if you get a cheap inverter, you're going to run into problems too. So I'm not really sure what all you have. A condenser is a unit that helps with cold air in your house. I've got an air conditioner. We can power up our window unit with our solar. That's what we do. So no, I don't have a solar condenser. I've seen one. I just have enough power and battery storage to run a window unit. That's what I do. Oh, it's usually outside air conditioner. Okay, you're talking about an air condenser unit outside. Yeah, no, I've never seen one. I've never seen a whole house air conditioning system like that, powered by solar. You're talking about a lot of power, a lot. Can it be done? Yeah, it can be done with enough battery bank and enough solar input. Sure, it can. Yes, it can. But it's going to be a lot of batteries, and it's going to be a very large inverter too. Mine, we run ours. It's a window unit for ours. Works great. But I'm not cooling off a whole house either. All right, scrolling through here. Survival Living, you think you can filter water from a dehumidifier? Lewis, yes. Yes, you can filter it out. Now, let me tell you some of the dangers of using a dehumidifier. Down here in Florida, we get black mold like crazy, and it loves dehumidifiers. It actually loves humidifiers, and it loves them. Anything that's collecting water, it loves it. All right, so now you're dealing with spores, mold. Okay, having a good quality filter, yeah, it'll filter it out. Of course it will, as long as you got a good filter. So yeah, it can be done. It just depends on how much water is actually coming in it. I've looked at the water collectors that pull in the air. Cool little systems. They do take a lot of power to run them, but the price of them is like, last time I checked was over $2,000 for these things. And I mean, they produce water. It's like down here in Florida. Yeah, it'd be great as long as you had enough power supply for it. Because it's so humid down here, it pulls that moisture out of the air. That would actually be pretty cool. But I'm not in place right now to purchase one of those. But yeah, you can definitely filter that out. Yeah. Make sure you're using a good filter though, because like down here in Florida, anything damp like that, been running, plus the heat, humidity, everything building up there, black mold grows crazy. So careful with that. All right, scrolling through here. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to talk to you guys right fast. Make sure you go check out my last community post. I put that video up there because I see the comments all the time. It's like people are just like closed-minded and, you know, go in one direction and don't want to hear anything else. SHTF comes in many different forms. That's true. I see that a lot on YouTube from people. They think that SHTF is the end of all rule of law. Everything stops, the government's gone, and we are Mad Max. That's one form of SHTF. There's many forms of SHTF. Global conflict. Hey, we had World War II. Country's still here. Rations were going on. Ration cards, gas ration, all this stuff was going on. The Great Depression. The Dust Bowl. People died. It was a SHTF event, but people still survived. What we do is we try to prepare for as much as possible. Thankfully, most of our preps work hand in hand with each other. It just depends on whatever scenario we're dealing with. So don't ever allow yourself to be closed-minded like that. I see it a lot. If you're going to be only preparing for the zombie apocalypse, go for it. Just go for it. You do you, I'll do me. Okay, that's what I can do with that. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm gonna wrap up. Mold is bad news. Yeah, yes it is. All right, guys. Definitely do appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Here in about 2 weeks, I'll have a deadline with our meet and greet down here. It'll be here in Panama City area, down here in Florida. It's probably gonna be out near Southport. To better locations, better grills, parking, all that stuff. So we'll probably be doing something over there. I'll have all the details later on here in a couple weeks. Just keep on prepping, guys. You know, make sure. I get, sometimes it gets overwhelming. It seems like you're getting the information thrown at you nonstop from all kind of different angles. If you have to click off and walk away, do it. Get your mind right. What you need to do is focus on what you need to do for you and your family. That's priority. If you're not trying to look out for you and your family, there's no point in prepping. It's not. We're doing this to provide for our families, give them security. Families comes first, all right? If you got to take a break, then take a break. But then get back at it, all right? Just don't stop. While we can, keep doing it. All right, guys. Definitely appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to go eat me some dinner and speak to y'all later.